Hello there, friends. Let's do some mobility work. So we're going to start lying on our back. I have my timer. We're going to do 30 seconds of each of these exercises. And this is meant to be kind of relaxing, not too strenuous. And we're going to start with our belly breath. So I like to have my knees bent. And what we're going to do is try to pretend like you've got something balancing here on your belly and you want to push it up. I want us to really focus on our breath, really expanding the lungs rather than doing those really shallow breaths that we tend to do. So we're going to do 30 seconds of belly breath. Then we're going to continue with the belly breath, and we're going to, as we inhale, we're going to reach our arms above our head, and as we exhale, we're going to bring the arms down to our sides. We're going to do that for 30 seconds at a time. Then we're going to go into our pelvic tilts. So we're going to kind of be doing a lot of these on our back, and then we're going to transition up into an all fours position and ultimately end standing. All right, so well, I'm going to be able to actually do my belly breath with something on my belly, rising and falling. All right, so knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor. 30 seconds, ready and go. You can have your eyes open or eyes closed. And I really want you to think about pressing that belly open. And exhaling until it sinks down. Then when the beeping starts, that's when we're going to start inhaling slowly with reaching our arms above our head. And as we exhale, we release the arms back down to our starting position. So inhale, nice and slow. And exhale. Inhale. Reach. So if it is a challenge for you to get your arms to go above your head and actually reach the floor, that is an indication that you might have some seriously tight pecs and shoulders, and we need to work on that mobility. Good. When it beeps, we go into our pelvic tilts. So this is when we pretend like we have a sponge underneath our low back, and we are going to squeeze the water out of the sponge and then lift. So we're keeping our tailbone against the floor. We are not lifting up into a bridge. We are just doing pelvic tilts. Good. Then when it beeps, we're going to extend our right leg up towards the sky. We are going to flex the foot, and we're going to do a big circle in one direction. Good. When it beeps, we're going to go in the other direction. Keep your low back in neutral spine. Reverse it. Keep the foot flexed. Good. When it beeps, we're going to switch legs. Good. Feeling your belly work too. But what we're doing is doing a hip circle. We're allowing that femur to rotate in the hip joint. And we switch. So I like to go out first, away from the midline of the body, and then I go in. When it beeps, we reverse our rotation. And then we're going to take our feet wide. So now we're reversing it. So when it beeps the next time, we're going to take our feet wider than our mat and drop our knees from side to side like windshield wipers. Good. Ooh. And here we go. So drop those knees from side to side. So the reason we take our feet wider than the mat so that we're not arching our lumbar spine up too much. We want to try to get the hips to be rotating and not to just be arching the low back. Now when it beeps, we're going to flip over onto all fours and we're going to do cat-cow. All right, so flipping into all fours, cat-cow, shoulders stacked in line with wrists, hips stacked in line with knees. As you sway your back, you look forward. As you round your back, you tuck your chin. Good. So after our cat-cows, we're going to sit in child's pose and then gradually shift into cobra. And if cobra doesn't feel good to you, then you can just go up into all fours. But what we want to do is extend. So child's pose, extend into cobra. Very good. Then when it beeps, we're going to bring our right foot into a low lunge and twist. Bring the hand down to the inside, shift back into child's pose, and do the other side. So shift back, twist, back, twist. From here, if we beep, we go into rolling hydrants. All right, so forward and back on one side, making a big circle. Good. When it beeps, we do the other side. Other side. Circle. And then after the beep, we are bringing it up to standing. We're going to take one foot forward and hinge at the hips, get a nice stretch, and then switch legs, alternating those legs. Okay, make your way up to standing. Take one foot forward, hinge forward, gaze goes forward, and switch. So it's like you're taking a step, and then we're just hinging here. Try to keep the spine in neutral, gaze goes forward so that you're not rounding your thoracic spine. Good. And wide stance. Forearm goes between the knees. A frame stretch. Actively squeezing that forearm between the knees. Trying to stack those shoulders on top of each other. Beep, and we switch to the other side. Switch. Might notice that one side feels more mobile than the other. It's very common. When it beeps, we stand up. Do our backstroke. Ooh. This is how we finish. Short, sweet, and to the point. Ooh. And that, my friends, is your mobility work for today. You can tack that on to the start or the finish or both of any of your workouts. And I hope you create some sort of a mobility routine that works for you. Bye.